Spawning in the upper right in the red. For Good Game Gaming, give it up for Dream. And his opponent on the bottom side of the map in the blue. For Dragon Phoenix Gaming, the Kingslayer, he is Zest. With a rather early probe scout. This was, I believe, a pylon. This was a gate scout, I believe. So actually, it's not all that early. Never mind. It's funny. I always look at the stuff like this. I'm like, ah, man, it's such an early scout. And then I'm like, wait, no, it's not. I just don't always pay attention to it. So it looks like it's going to be a Cybercore expand coming out here from Zest as he looks to make sure that he's A safe, but B can get what he wants as quick as possible. So there we go. Next, or Cyber is going to be on the way. We should see a Nexus after this. And Dream, for his part, he is opening Reaper, which I don't believe he did against Stats. If he did, it wasn't more than one game. I'm also very curious to see what style that Dream opts to play in this game. So against Stats, we saw 2 Hellion drops. One was a 3 Hellion, 1 Reaper, and one was a 4 Hellion drop. And both of them got some amount of damage. It wasn't, perfect, but it certainly got something done. And in both of those games, actually, Dream opted to just turtle on up to the late game because he took some damage as well. Now, I don't know whether this is Dream saying this is the way to play the game right now. Ooh, look at this. That's actually some really nice probe harass. We'll be able to delay this command center for a while, and of course, well, when you delay the command center like that, it does mean that there is a higher chance that you are able to go and get something done with your depth that flies across the map. But now with the Reaper on in here, well, Dream does get a decent scout off, and Zest is going for Stargate, which I do like, by the way. But what I do expect to see here from Zest is not the Stargate Phoenix Colossus style that, is probably the most standard. Zest has been playing this style, and actually it's becoming more and more popular, where you go Stargate, you get a couple Phoenix, and it's fine, and you get some harassment done, and whatever. But after that, you go charge. You get down 8 gateways. You only stay on 3 gas, and you go eventually charge that Immortal Archon out of this Stargate style, and it's pretty cool. It does very well for itself. That's how the depths will shit on in, and 1 SCV goes down. But now, of course, with the Marines, with the Hellions here and the Reaper, these depths, yeah, they should just go down. Actually, the Hellions will be able to stay alive. The Hellion will stay alive, too, as that does get repaired. So nice little move there from Dream, making sure that he does not lose anything. I mean, he lost an SCV, but that's actually been the grand total amount of damage in this game. Now, it looks like it may be some more, as the Oracle is getting ready to fly on into the main base here. We have a Widowmine somewhere, I got to imagine. And the question really is whether Zest is going to fly over the Widowmine like what we saw, Stats do. Now, this is not a well-hidden Widowmine whatsoever. It's actually not really hidden at all, so Zest will not be fooled. Zest will not run over that Widowmine, I don't think, unless he's not paying attention. But no, he's going to be totally fine. 2 SCVs do go down, of course, as there's a 3rd base on the way here for Dream. So Dream, at the very least, signaling a desire to take this game past 7 minutes. Now, whether it's longer than that, who knows? But at the very least, should last longer than 7-8 minutes. So Widowmine drop will go on in, and Zest, he's a little bit more on top of this than it looks like. Stats was. Zest only going to lose the requisite 1 probe per Widowmine. That's going to be just about it. Man, I'm excited though. I finally got my RMA processed for a couple fans in my. I built a new computer like 2 weeks ago, because I was able to get my hands on a 3090, which is awesome, by the way. And so I did that. It's great, whatever. And then I bought a case. I bought a Cooler Master TD500, airflow, because, you know, airflow, this keeps stuff cool, but unfortunately 2 of the fans are not balanced properly. So they just make a loud clicking sound whenever they're running, and it's enough that I can't keep my computer running overnight, which is kind of annoying if I'm trying to, you know, render video or do anything like that. So my RMA, my replacement fan should come up rather soon. If that doesn't work, of course, I'm just going to buy some nicer fans. Maybe rethink buying kind of a cheap case for nice parts. But yeah, Zest is going to that Charge Lot Archon style out of the Phoenix style here, and that's always very cool. It is only 4 Phoenix here. He's not going to go up to 5, but I don't think there's any sort. I don't remember whether there's any sort of magic number here for Zest. He does like the style, of course, but I don't think I've seen him like stick at any one Phoenix number in particular. It might be 4, but again, the style is new enough that I don't think there's a real big substantive decision made on the subject. I apologize. Why is my chair being so loud? But okay, Storm on the way as well. So there we go. 7 gateways, Storm, Charge, Archons, all that fun stuff. As Zest is not even going to go and try to get some damage done with this. Just going to have the Phoenix here patrolling on the right-hand side, because that is a likely position that Dream is going to go set out for on drops if he does do that. And, well, hey, you know, single double drops, they're just going to die to 4 Phoenix and an Oracle. But Dream on this map in particular has shown a propensity for not doing that, of just buying, like, 10 command centers and hoping against hope, or just 10 command centers and taking the game as late as possible. But Zest, of course, does have storm drops on the way. At the very least, it's going to be storm drops on the army. It may be storm drops on other things, on the economy maybe, but oh, look at this. The Adepts will find their way on into the main base, and never mind. Never mind, Dream is able to turn back in time. Alright, so we will see 1 Phoenix going down. Now, it's only 3, and that does mean that the tanks are a little bit less vulnerable than they otherwise would have been. As now Dream getting ready for the push, and this is a kind of Zest's best option. This is what Zest is looking for. If a Terran player moves out on the map against a Charge Lot Immortal Archon Storm composition, well, that's just not going to work out well there for the Terran. I mean, Charge Lot Archon Storm does very well against Terran at low supplies, even when down on supply. As we have the flanking storm. Oh, these flanking storms. Oh, they're going to go on down. They're going to hit so damn hard. The storms on top of Dream's entire army. And yes, some of my Templar are going to die, but this army is dying. This army is falling apart here for Dream. And the Stasis Trap's not even going to let the tanks do whatever they need to do. So, Warp Pincer, more charge lots, and this army of Dream is getting shellacked. Yeah, Dream had a 15 army supply lead. Now he's 10 army supply behind, and it's going to be even worse, as these tanks, they will not be allowed to get anything else done. And well, the one Marauder, too. What a move there. The flanking storm, just annihilating the army there of Dream. And yeah, Dream, he's going to try to get something done with the rally to defend those tanks, but that's just never going to work. So now Zest, he's up 40 army supply. And this is the time where Zest says, okay, well, I'm just going to go kill you now. You walked into my trap. You activated my trap card. And now Dark Magician is on the field. Or something like that. I don't know. It's probably been 15 years since I played Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyway, we're gonna have 3 Robo Disrupt, triple Robo Colossus or Disruptor, whatever Zest decides to go for. That's pretty cool. So we have this army here on the left-hand side marauding around. We'll force Dream out of his nice, solid defensive position. Meanwhile, we're going to have a big drop on... Oh, it's going to be storm drops. Okay, on top of the third base here. So how many workers do go on down? It's going to be 7. Not terrible. But there's 1 storm remaining in that... there we go. 1 storm will be spent. And I guess Zest doesn't really want to go on in there and try to break on into that. I think he could have. With it's only 1 bunker and only 1 thing. I think he really could have broken the third base there of Dream. But he's going to take the... more solid play. Well, Gathar says he was also playing against Rogue, and well, it's a different matchup. Zest may feel a lot more comfortable in PvT than he does in PvZ, which, by the way, PvZ is a lot more even than it used to be, so it's pretty cool to see that there. And it's gonna be triple Colossus. Okay, Sure, fine. Triple Colossus and triple upgrades. Zest, I don't know what you're doing, but I love it. This is insane. This is so expensive, but you know, when you are under zero threat by the Terran because you smashed their push, you can get away with stuff like this. You can get away with triple upgrades and triple Colossus at the same time. But yeah, Zest PvP is not as strong either. He went and he got 3-1'd by Haas. Which, I mean, he's Haas, sure, but I do expect Zest to win that series, even if he does lose a couple games to shenanigans. Are those Storm Drops or those Zealot Drops? Okay, it's just going to be Zealot Drops going on in here. And we should see another... That's a massive Warp End. So, this is something that Dream does have to deal with. The Zest, he does have his scary army on the right on the high ground as well. So, Colossus are going to go on in. Guardian Shield going on in here. Chargeless getting on top of things. Most of the tanks are actually just going to get lifted here. And there is no extended thermal lance, by the way, so these Colossus are not as powerful as they would otherwise be, but it doesn't really matter here. The tanks are going to get broken. The bunker is going to get broken here. And Dream, he's down 50 total supply. The third base is going to get broken. Many things are going to get broken. In fact, my understanding of the game is perhaps broken. As, well, the Archons are slowly going to get targeted down. And the War Prism has died, so not a lot of reinforcements for the moment. I mean, you're going to get them, but they're going to be slow in coming as they have to rally across the map. But that's not going to matter. GG. Zest takes game 1. So it will be a 1-1-1 opener here from Dream, which is not all that surprising considering how Dream has been playing. However, I am kind of surprised we're not going to see at least one of the stim timing builds that Bjorn likes to do. But once again, it will be a Stargate build here from Zest. So that does make me think that it will be the charge lot style once again, as A, it worked really well. Zest smashed Dream in game number 1. But B, it seems to be the style that Zest is most comfortable with right now. The one he understands the best. The one that he understands the forks for the best. So we're going to have to see whether that is going to be the case. As of course, the Stargate is just about done. And it will be an Oracle first, and then we're going to see some Phoenix, and, well, you know how that one does go. But okay, so the Reaper will find its way back home, find back to safety, and heal itself back up on in the bunker. So this Adept, not really going to be all that successful. As Dream looks like he's going to go for some Widowmine drops, and, well, we all know how well that one works out when there are a bunch of Phoenix on the map. But anyways, to pile in on this, fighting game is part of the Olympics idea. I mean, the Mortal Kombat movie came out yesterday, what, 2 days ago? So it might make sense to see a Mortal Kombat partnership with that, with your fighting games and the movie just coming out. I don't really know, but the Orca will fly its way on in and will find some damage. But look how scared Zest is. He's like, I don't see the Widowmine. That means it's probably hidden in the mineral line somewhere. So I'm not really gonna dive on into there, even if, of course, there is only, well, there are 2 Widowmines on the map, and I believe they are both actually in the, I believe they're actually both in the Warp Prism, or excuse me, the Medevac that's getting ready to move across the map. Now, this Hellian's not going to get anything done. Yeah, the Hellion Reaper didn't get anything done, but it did get a nice scout off. Did see that there are, in fact, Phoenix in the sky. But now this, the Widowmine will get found here, which does mean that, well, Dream has to be less afraid of Widowmines. I don't see any on the map. We're gonna have to take a look. I don't really think I don't see any hidden in the dish, and I don't see any hidden in the gas. So I think that's just really a nice fake out there from Zest as from Dream as he pulls all of his SCVs on into one corner and says, "Oh yeah, chase me here. You know, I got Widowmines." But no, that's not the case whatsoever. And Dream is going for a 2-base timing in this game. We do have our 2nd and 3rd barracks on the way. +1 on the way, and it's going to be +1 stim combat shields, that timing that does hit at 7 minutes. And again, it's going to be charge lot. It's got to be Zealot charge lot Archon, or I guess charge lot Archon Storm. And you know what's very good at dealing with these 2-base timings? You know what style was invented to deal with these 2-base timings? It was this +1 charge lot Archon style. You know, we saw Straya and Hellraiser play and Skillus first start to really use in Europe, and before it found its way on to Korea. But anyway, +1 is on the way, charge is on the way. Zest going up to more Phoenix than he did last time. Remember, last time he stopped at 4. This time he's going to go up to 6 at the very least. And I don't know whether this is because he's seen the lack of a third base and says, okay, well, that's probably going to be a tank push. I want to make sure I have enough lifts to make sure the tanks don't get anything done. Or it's just how he's feeling this game. You know, it's funny. Analyzing StarCraft games are one of those things where it's kind of a similar idea where you're kind of analyzing a book, right? Analyzing a piece of literature where, you know, you have the erudite scholar that says, very clearly they said the sky was blue, and that meant the person was sad. But really what the author meant was the sky was blue, right? So sometimes it's very easy when we're looking at things like this to read into things a little bit too much. I mean, sometimes players just play styles because they think it's fun. Maybe less so in StarCraft, but certainly in like Dota, for example, they'll pick heroes that, maybe are they the optimal hero to pick? No, not really, but they're fun to play and they enjoy them, so I'll go with that. Anyway, +1 just about done. Stim, actually +1, excuse me, is done. Stim just about done here. And Combat Shield's just about done as well. So we're just about ready for this time to head on over. And hey, Medevac will stay alive. Okay, man, if he'd gotten the Medevac for the tank, though, that would have been very nice. Anyways, third base now. Not even getting started. Yeah, so Dream, actually, he's very all in with this. Oh, yeah, it's just going to be an SCV pull. Okay, and you know what? Suddenly, it's looking a little bit better for... It's looking a little bit better for Dream as he tries to make this happen, because with the SCVs buffering, well, there's no storm. Right, with no storm, that does make things a little bit more difficult. But now look at this. One Medevac will get taken down immediately. And another one, well, we're going to have its boost used. Now, has Dream figured out that this is an SCV pull? I don't know if he's seen that yet. As we only have one shield battery. Now, tanks are going to siege on up here, but of course, there are a lot of Phoenix. There are 9 Phoenix on the map, so that does mean that these... Hey, well, these bunkers should not complete. At least one of them is going to be in cannon range, so that's going to be canceled here. But these tanks, really, realistically, they should just get lifted as we just see more and more Zealots getting warped on in here. It looks like Zest now, he's going to pull the trigger, go on in here. The tanks are all going to get lifted, so it's just a bunch of Bio. Archon stuck in the backline for the time being, but the charge lots are on top of all of it. The SCVs have all died in an instant. The tank is dead. The Zealots getting on top of things, but the rally is maybe something that's going to be worthwhile here as... Well, Zest, is he going to have to pull him back? No, they're mass lift on top of all of the Marines. The Archons are still alive. GG Zest, he's going to 2-0 Dream. He's going to come out in first place.